Hello, I'm Burkan. Thanks for joining me in this, my first time as a host on Inflation Watch, where Bank of Jamaica highlights the key factors influencing price movements in Jamaica. At July 2024, headline or annual inflation, which is the general rate of increase in the prices of goods and services, as measured over a 12-month period by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, was 5.1%. This is some excellent news. And guess what? July marks the 5th consecutive month at which headline inflation has remained within BOJ's inflation target range of 4 to 6%. When inflation is kept within this band, price increases are stable and predictable. Inflation at July 2024 was primarily driven by increased fares for route and Hackney carriage taxis, which were implemented in October 2023. The inflation outturn was also influenced by increased prices for food, including fruits such as oranges, ripe bananas, pineapples, and dried coconuts, as well as cereal and cereal products, including rice, bread, and other bakery products. Higher rental and electricity rates also contributed to the outturn for July. Inflation at July was lower than the 5.4% recorded at June 2024 and remained well below the peak of 11.8% recorded in April 2022. This lower inflation at July, compared to the peak in April 2022 and several months since then, was supported by BOJ's monetary policy. That policy included 1. Holding steady at 7% the policy interest rate. That's the interest rate paid by BOJ on the current accounts that deposit-taking institutions have at the central bank. 2. Maintaining a relatively stable foreign exchange rate, which continued to reduce the impact of imported inflation. And 3. Ensuring tight Jamaican dollar liquidity conditions. On June 28, BOJ's Monetary Policy Committee announced the start of a gradual easing of monetary policy by slowing the reduction of liquidity in the financial system. Now that you're aware of the factors that influenced the inflation outturn at July 2024, let's check in with my co-host BJ.
How you do? BJ here. The last time we talked about inflation, I mentioned monetary policy. That's how BOJ manage inflation. They use the policy interest rate as the main tool. Remember that when inflation too high, BOJ worked to reduce it by increasing the policy rate. That's the interest rate paid on the accounts of deposit-taking institutions like commercial banks at the central bank. In that case, they tighten or contract monetary policy. That helps to slow down inflation because with that adjustment, banks charge more interest on loans and are expected to pay more on savings accounts, which discourage borrowing and encourage saving. On the other hand, when inflation is low, BOJ eases monetary policy, reduce interest rate, and encourage borrowing and spending to grow the economy. That's expansionary monetary policy. You remember that before the pandemic, inflation was low and BOJ kept the policy rate low at 0.5% for a long time, so businesses could expand and create more jobs. Business people and consumers found borrowing more manageable and homeowners got a better deal on their mortgage. Jano, everybody benefit when inflation low and stable at between 4 and 6%. But during the pandemic, the price of lots of things went up. Yeah, man, inflation was high. To keep down inflation, BOJ started to raise the policy rate in October 2021 to slow borrowing and spending. I know, that's a lot to digest, but send me your questions and we can talk again. BJ, signing out.
Thanks, BJ, for that useful information. And that's a wrap for Inflation Watch this month. Join us again next time when Bank of Jamaica will bring you another episode of Inflation Watch, where we track inflation and explore the factors influencing price changes in Jamaica. Until then, walk good. I'm Burkan.
Join us next month on Inflation Watch to see what the inflation number will be.